Speaking of which, speaking of supply blocks, actually, fun fact, I don't know if you saw this, even though Demi and Pez were eliminated from DreamHack, they actually got some monetary prizes because one of the sponsors was giving like bonuses to the player with the, I think it was the player with the lowest supply block.
Least supply block. I saw that one. What was the other one?
Yeah. I think it was. I think it was just like the top 2 players, and I think that was. Demi
I know one of them. We need to invite Philosopher to play in like SDO or something. Hope he gets terror. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, dude, this is in your time zone. Like, it's still regional mostly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Philosopher, I see you in the chat. Like, sign up to SEA Duckling Open if you're interested. It's every other Friday. It is a bronze to diamond tournament that we run here on this channel. So yeah, you know, if you're interested, if you wanna compete around, with players like closer around your skill level, it's there. It's an option. But yeah, we are gonna be getting into Demi versus RunaMoK.
Oh boy. That makes this a ZvT?
Yes, it does.
Now, okay, like, how many mutas right now? How many mutas across the series is Demi going to make?
Oh, how many mutas across the series? So I'm gonna say. I was gonna lowball it and say 30. No, more than 30. It's gonna be like 45.
That's right around where I'm thinking too. I think we're gonna see a good, healthy number of mutas.
We'll see how this goes, and yeah, I'm glad you know this. Demi is very well known for his mutalisks. And yeah, we'll see how a player like RunaMoK can deal with that kind of style, or if Demi mixes it up. Like, it's possible he may do something crazy. He may not make mutalisks.
Who knows? We might see random Swarmhost Nidus come back. I don't know.
Oh god.
If that happens, you will hear a very traumatized Dally. As, oh god.
Alright, just making sure everyone is good and ready to go. Demi is ready. Yeah. Stop fighting with steel. I see you. I see the chat. Don't think I don't.
But if me and Steel don't bicker, our whole shtick doesn't work.
And speaking of old men bickering, here, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have someone who, to be fair, is relatively young. We have the Australian Terran player representing Legacy Esports. It is RunaMoK.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map. In the red, playing Zerg, it is the terror of GPOs himself, Demi.
So Demi, I did briefly mention, of course, he did win that bonus. That it was actually a lot. It was like $700 and something. I don't know. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was like wasn't it like 700? I think it was 700 like USD too, wasn't it? Or was it AUD?
I think it was AUD. Yeah.
I don't want to dig through the tweets to find it because it showed up in my feed even though I don't follow any of these people.
Yeah, it was a lot, to be honest. Like an insane amount. So shout out to Western Union. Yeah, Western Union were the sponsors.
Sponsor.
Yeah. You must be. They're an international company. You've heard of them, right? Yeah.
Isn't Western Union like an American banking company that moved out internationally?
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I don't know how they do it, but ESL Australia has always been really good at like partnering with like big companies. Western Union, McDonald's,
The new
Uber Eats.
emote. That's cute.
It's great.
I'm pretty sure I actually have a friend who works for Western Union.
There you go. Tell them thank you for supporting Australian StarCraft. Trying to be like, what? What are we doing?
What? I'm just some dude who crunches numbers and balances accounts, man. What are you talking about?
But
Nothing's really forming yet. Like,
yeah,
Demi's
nothing so
trying to
far.
take his third.
He is the Reaper is being annoying, and it looks like Demi is forced to take his third over here, which isn't ideal, to say the least.
It's not that bad on this map. It's not as nearly as far away as it could be, and if you one thing you can do that's really cheeky is with your creep clean, throw a Termor down in your main. You want the creep up there anyways, and then you can hop it down to the low ground. It's great.
Yeah. Also, good job there by RunaMoK. He was able to cancel one of those, or kill one of those creep tumors. It's actually
Now I am curious. First of all, RunaMoK is going up to 3 bases really goddamn fast. Holy cow!
Yep. He's being incredibly greedy, going at 1-1-1 with a third CC behind this as well. Yeah, and we'll see if he can get away with this. If Demi lets him, he can just take his bases.
The question is, will RunaMoK go into mech from here, or will he stay in bio? He's making Hellions. He's making a Viking to deal with the Speeder Lords. Oh, well, that answers our question. He is researching Stim.
Yeah,
So he will go bio.
And I do love this from Demi. He did invest into Overlord speed, immediately goes in, scouts everything, sees the third CC, sees the 1-1-1, maybe even seen the researching tech lab. I'm not too sure, but yeah.
He's worried about Liberators. Because look at where he put those spores.
Yeah, it's oh, and he's doing the right call, right? There's a Liberator on the way. Wow, okay, interesting. So I will confess that honestly, I'm not too familiar with how RunaMoK plays. He doesn't often play in these weeklies. He's only played in GPO once. And in these ESL weeklies, again, like he's not too frequent in them. So yeah, I'm curious to see how he plays as just like a bunch of other Australian players. Like because of the DreamHack qualifiers, like everyone got back into it, everyone's been practicing, and yeah, RunaMoK himself also got back into the game.
Sorry, I'm just watching like the things RunaMoK is doing positioning wise and how Demi's responding to it. I'm trying to decipher what they're planning, and it's since I don't know, I can't talk about it yet. Nice transfuse to save that Overlord.
Yeah, it was nicely done. And okay, there are links here to protect the mineral line. This could have been really bad if they were out of position.
He's losing all of his forward creep tumors despite them not being in the scan vision.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the patch that comes into play, right? Like the creep tumors are a little bit more vulnerable to Hellions now.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's more like it's one of those things that just happens incidentally based on queen positioning and stuff like that. Like it's really hard to consciously go, okay, I will not put my queens here so that the Hellions don't hit my creep tumors.
Yeah. And as Kuro is showing us, unfortunately, it looks like we won't be seeing a Spire coming out from Demi this game.
Yet.
Yes, true.
I don't trust it for a moment.
I don't believe it. It's like he's getting a Hydra upgrade. Nope. He's not making any Hydras.
He's getting melee upgrades.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I do see this pretty commonly. Like +1 range, even when going Ling Bane Hydra, is typically isn't prioritized over the melee upgrades. But yeah, it's interesting to see Demi go for this more standard style as opposed to his Mutalisks.
Meanwhile, like every time RunaMoK pokes in with his Hellions, he's got either a Liberator or his Viking or something, like just doing a little bit here and there. Like he killed 2 drones just now.
Mm-hmm.
Lost the Liberator, but the Viking is just sharking around, being very annoying.
Yeah. RunaMoK's doing a really good job at. I almost want to say like just having map control. Really, like Demi hasn't left his side of the map. Period. He's just kind of been on the defense this entire game. I think
where his creep is right now is the farthest that Demi has come across the map so far.
Yeah. At least with his main army, and we'll see how things ramp up as we do see everything finishing up on the right, like upgrades for both players all lining up. Bailing's speed is about to finish up as well. Immediately we do have 2-2 on the way, and yeah, both players are kind of macroing up. And again, like I kind of like RunaMoK's position because he did go for that greedier opening.
No, the tanks. Oh, that's so bad. Forced to pick up all the bio and just leave. That is all the potency of what could have been a very scary push, just kind of gone. He's gonna try and dance around into the main, but Demi, of course, already has Lings in position to deal with it, and has to be careful not to fly into like a ball of Hydras.
Yeah. I mean, this goes to show like I guess the weakness of going Hydras is that you can't really get into that dead space to deal with those drops if you had gone Mutalist, right? So they will be here for quite some time. If Demi happens to move away his Hydras, maybe he can escape. Oh, finds a way out anyway.
Look at how many spores Demi is throwing around, like in his main and stuff like that. It's like,
no, wow. I like it.
Oh, I definitely. It's one of those places that's really easy to forget about. It's like, okay, I'm gonna have my main. I don't want to spread creep here. I don't have like a supply depot that I can throw down like most people, like other races can. So I'll just put some spores here in case these drops fly over, because the Terran really won't be focusing that much on microing that drop. Usually it's an incidental thing to gain them purchase elsewhere. So you might catch both medevacs as they fly over. Or worse, as the biostem sword, you forget the medevacs and they just die to the spores.
Yeah, and we do see those Marines just trying to clear creep to the north. And as Kura was showing us, of course, we do have that Spire on the way regardless. Whether it's two Mutalisks is hard to say, as, Infestation Pit finished up as well. We have Hive on the way, so it could just be for Broodlords.
Looks like they're timed the Hive and the Spire to finish at the same time.
Yeah.
More or less. So I'm going to say Broodlords, or Vipers, maybe. No, Vipers are just off of Hive.
Yeah. So I imagine it will be for Broodlords, and oh god! When the drops does get picked off.
However, the Widowmines he's getting tunneling claws, and he already has the armory. So these Widowmines are definitely a threat.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's quite a few of them now. He's up to 9 Widowmines and climbing.
Yeah. Like Widowmines especially work fairly well against this Ling Bane Hydra composition. I say Ling Bane Hydra. This is surprisingly low amount of Banelings with this army, which is a little bit concerning. I have seen Demi do this before, where he only morphs Banelings when he needs to, like before an engagement or if he sees an army move out. But sometimes he can get caught off guard, so he has to be a little bit careful. Oh, there we go.
Tunneling Claws not quite done yet. 44 Banelings being morphed right now. But in the meantime, these Hydras are pretty, exposed. And there's another army coming in from behind doing a ton of damage, potentially.
Oh god, but there's a lot of Banelings, as you were saying. Oh, the rock shots!
Oh, good mine hits. Good Baneling connections, too, though.
Yeah, the Pyre incredibly overstimmed. Meanwhile,
all the Banelings on the right side just died.
Yeah.
Both of them very nearly maxed out right now. Demi has a huge mineral bank, but no gas.
Yeah, so he will be able to remake all of it, like any lanes that he does lose, and we do see Viper is on the way. He is maxed out, so we haven't seen any Corruptors or Broodlords yet. That Spire just hasn't really been incorporated. But
the Greatest Spire only just finished transforming as well.
Yeah.
Terran is going into 3/3 plus 1 mech plating. We're just kind of here. Oh, this is a.
Oh god, yeah, decent Widowmine hits, and he's trying to focus fire the banelings, but the majority of the buyer does get forced
There's
back.
another big Widowmine hit there, though. There's not much left for the Zerg across the map right here. Oh, but the bio is not being microed away from the banelings now.
Yeah, and as all this is happening, there is a drop in the main base of Demi.
I'm sorry, Drilling Claw Widowmines drop so fast.
That they do, and yeah, RunaMoK, he has, with the help of these Widowmines, he has enough to hold, and in the main base of Demi, only a couple of workers went down. He was able to hold off the drop, and Demi, he's forced back.
The drop didn't do that much damage, but RunaMoK is now on 5 bases with a 6th CC. He's gonna have 2 planetaries over here on the left. I don't know where this 3rd CC that's kind of sitting over here is just going to stay defensive, or it's being made into an orbital, so I assume it'll get moved somewhere eventually.
Yeah, it should be moved soon, and yeah, I do love like his defensive setup with all the sensor towers as well that were thrown down quite a while ago, and it's allowed him to expand as freely as he has been. What I'm concerned about though is that those Broodlords are on the way, and RunaMoK hasn't really changed up his army composition. We do see a couple of Liberators, but
does RunaMoK even know?
I don't think so.
He doesn't know. Like, look at his vision. The Spire, he doesn't have any idea.
Yeah, he still doesn't know anything yet, and this drop may find. No, it gets cleaned up. He sees the Vipers
nice
at least.
Pulls on those.
Oh,
rip. However, he does cancel the 6th base of Demi over here with like Marines.
Yeah, the buyer to the south did force a cancel on that base, so he's doing a good job at trying to contain Demi, or at least hinder his economy. But again, he's seeing the Corruptors. I don't think he sees the Broodlords quite yet, and against Broodlords, like either Ghosts or Vikings would be ideal.
Or just more Marines. Like, look, he's making 5 Marauders at a time and only 2 Marines right now. He has almost no anti-air. And Broodlings into Widowmines can be really, really dangerous for the Terran. It's a real potent mix to get eaten by your own Widowmines. Now he sees the Broodlords.
Now he definitely sees the Broodlords as they are starting to siege up into his 3rd base, and the anti-air, like the army just isn't really here for RunaMoK. Finally some reinforcements.
24 Marines.
Yeah, there's just so many Marauders with this.
I mean, Marauders are great against Sling-Bang Hydra, but they're not great against Broodlords.
Ooh.
Nice Parasitic Bomb. That is, all the medevacs are still in that.
Oh god, they're all gonna go down.
Yeah, all of them are gonna die. This should just be it.
Yeah, like there's just nothing really here to
look in the main.
Oh, there is a drop in the main base.
13 drones.
Yeah, it's decent damage, but it does end up getting cleaned up, and there's still no real answer to the Broodlords.
He's working on it. The ground army's being cleaned up.
Oh, the wood mines, are they gonna get...
One of them got a hit. If he can just get enough Marines out to, like, burn through the Broodlings before they all die, he'll be okay. Meanwhile, Demi is transforming Broodlords in his face now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there are 4 Vikings being morphed, coming out, so those Vikings, they could focus down the Broodlords and clear everything up.
There's only, what, like 7 Hydras over here?
Yeah, like the anti-air for Demi isn't that high, but it also feels like he's just killing so much infrastructure here.
That said, he hasn't really hit the actual economy. He hasn't hit any of the mining bases. So if RunaMoK can hold here, he's not in a terrible... Well, It's getting pretty bad now.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Oh, all the Vikings go down. He still can't deal with the Brood Lords, and I think we've gotten to the point, yeah, where Demi has broken him.
It was a slow break, though. It was not just you roll over dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, that was interesting to say the least. The way that game played out, it felt like RunaMoK was being a little bit greedy, but he was also getting away with it as well.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is, yeah.
I wouldn't even say it was greedy. Like the way he was playing around the map, the way he was being aggressive, but not like in your face aggressive, just poking here, prodding there, doing a little bit there and here, kept Demi on the back foot constantly, which allowed him to just expand. Like, his whole style was based around giving himself room. He was giving himself space to do things, not I'm just gonna be greedy and hope.
Yeah, it was really nice to see. I mean, we touched on it. I do think that the big thing was just that he didn't know Broodlords were on the way, so he couldn't adjust to that. He didn't see it until it was already in his face, right?
If he had seen like the Greater Spire transforming, he could have immediately switched into just Viking Marine and been fine.
Yeah,
because he already had a really strong Marauder count, so I think he would have been okay with like the Banelings and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Get me out of arcade chat. Stop auto joining arcade chat game.
So we'll see as to see the lobby being set up what map we're going to be heading into. I would like to see a couple of the newer maps. I know we did have a game on Death Aura, but hey, there we go.
I mean, I want to say like none of the new maps are particularly crazy. It's not like you have Zen and like Golden Wall coming in at the same time or anything like that. These maps are a lot more restrained, I feel like. Even Death Aura with the speed ups, it's like, yeah, there's speed ups in the middle of the map. So what?
Yeah, definitely. Like compared to the last map pool with Purity and Industry and Golden Wall. I mean, to be fair, Golden Wall is still in this map pool.
Yeah, but it's definitely like it was designed at a different time, and that map pool between Zen, Golden Wall, and Purity was just weird. It's like the only thing worse is to throw like Redshift in there or something.
Nah, that would have made it better. Okay, that's. And speaking of weird, here in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the Indian Zerg player representing Downfall Gaming. It is Demi.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, in the purple, playing Terran, it is RunaMoK. What are these like sigils that are cut into the? Are those part of this map?
I believe so. I assume so.
Because like it shows through creep, and usually map features don't show through creep like that.
Yeah. I assume it's part of the map. I'm not entirely sure.
It's kind of neat. It's like pulsing and glowing and stuff. It's cool. It doesn't look very Zergy.
This is accurate. It looks best on I don't know if you've seen the new Protoss skin with the war chest.
Yeah, no, I have the war chest. I've got it's maxed out for what's unlocked so far. I really like the Inara buildings. They're cool.
They're pretty sick. They feel like Aztec-y. You know,
well,
like...
they're Egyptian. They are. It is. That's because the unit pack came out first. Like if you look at like the Dark Templar and stuff, they're designed after like pharaohs. It's cool.
Right. But,
I mean, Protoss was already loosely designed on Egyptian like architecture.
Yeah, it's about time that we got like that kind of skin. You know, like you know, I don't know if you recall, but when Heroes of the Storm came out, like Tassadar, he had the Anubis skin, like straight up, like, you know, incorporate it, right?
Yeah. It's the other thing it does do, however, is make them look a lot more like Necrons, which is what they were originally designed after. It's like big black pyramids with green glowing parts. Like, hold on a moment there. It is definitely both the unit skin and the building skin of that set for Protoss is my favorite. Protoss. Oh god! Oh, the Reaper! Oh, how did it get stuck? I am as confused as RunaMoK because there was no Ling behind it. It should not have been stuck.
Yeah, it was like, it felt like it was bugging out on the ramp a little bit.
Yeah, because it was like right here on that edge of that ramp, and there was no Lings behind it, and it just kind of was like wiggling around. Like, I don't know, what do you want me to do?
I feel like I'm gonna have to look at the replay on that one, but. That's really unfortunate. That's a really rough start for old mate RunaMoK.
I am not gonna do the Yaku voice. Sorry.
Hopefully Yaku can come back for one of his famed intros. I don't know if you've heard his Aussie accent. It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, I have. That's the thing. I'm not from Southeast Asia. I'm not going to offend everyone.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't want to hear that from you.
Oh god. And yeah, as this game progresses, Demi, of course, with his overload speed, is going into the main base, scouting everything there is to see. Sees the 111, sees Stim, or at least an upgrade on the Tech Lab.
Yeah, it's exactly the same build that RunaMoK did last game. And I think, at least so far, Demi's pretty much doing the same thing as well. Maybe? It's a little bit harder to keep track of what Demi's doing. Zerg builds are, like, when you're an observer, are a little bit harder to, like, keep attention on because so much is based on drone timings and stuff like that. It's like, what happened? Oh, I wasn't looking. I don't know. Is that early? Maybe.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I do think that one slight difference. I think this is a difference. This third CC feels a little bit later compared to game number 1 from RunaMoK.
Yeah. The third CC in game number 1, the stim was started after, so definitely a bit of a reversal this time. I'm gonna start doing this thing Demi's doing with his spore crawlers. He's. Unless the Liberator flies straight across the middle of the map, that protects most of his mineral lines without having like a third one in there. That's a little bit of money saved.
Yeah, it's really nice what he's been able to do with that. And yeah, we'll see if RunaMoK can find any damage with his Liberator. I think last time he got like 3 drone kills. He's going back in. Oh. Never mind. Just chilling.
That is much faster banelings this game. Out of Demi.
That is much faster banelings. I like how Valkyrie is just waiting in anticipation. Okay, hey, there we go. It's here.
And it's gonna have to run away.
It's here, and it's gone. It's gone. Not quite any damage yet, but he does save his Liberator, so he can dive in or incorporate it in some other way as the game progresses.
And if Demi doesn't reposition that Spore Crawler, it might be able to sneak in there now.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Viking!
He was too focused on killing creep tumors. Which is not a bad thing to be doing. Up, there it is. There it is.
We see it. We see you.
Kuro, there it is. Yes. All right, he didn't make any in the first game, so our count might be a bit off this time.
Yeah, you just gotta make 45 in one game. It's fine. That's all you gotta do.
Unless he like loses this game, then it's totally possible.
that is true. That is true. We'll see as he is going Ling Bane Muta of all things. And I guess the earlier Baneling nest is a little bit telling of this because you know you do need that Ling Bane to like protect your bases until you finally get your Mulist up. It does take a little bit longer compared to the Hydras.
Yeah, here comes RunaMoK, that 2-tank push out that RunaMoK did last game. Let's see if he can. The positions on this map are a bit more open, I want to say, but like if he can get the tanks kind of like where this Ling just ran up, he should be relatively in a good spot. Ooh, losing all of the Hellions here to the Lings.
Yeah, it's not a good start. Now only 2 Hellions are here to support the Marines. The tanks are in relatively good positions. They aren't going to get caught out like last time, so he does have that going for him.
Yeah, it's a long way around these rocks to get to those tanks.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Demi might want to like try and kill these with some ranged units, maybe, because that's going to be a problem in this game going forward.
I was about to say, like, again, I haven't been able to ladder much this season, but it is possible that depending on where you expand to and what base you have to protect, like, you, as a Zerg player, you may want to deal with those rocks a little bit earlier on, just to try and stop this from happening.
I would actually say, like, expanding to the left on this map from the top perspective might actually be better, because it actually closes off the attack path.
Oh god, he surrounds the
ground. Oh, RunaMoK, no.
Wow, and just like that, Demi, he cleans up. He was able to just mass Ling Bane, just surround the army, and RunaMoK does save a little bit, but that was expensive.
There's still no mutas.
I had to get 12.
Are we sure this is Demi?
Hey, 12 Mulists are on the way, so he will have them eventually to help deal with these drops. So far, RunaMoK doing a decent job clearing up creep, just doing what he can. He's got another drops going into the main base, it looks like, maybe even to the 4th. But yeah, I do like this. He's keeping Demi busy.
Demi hasn't realized that the second drop up here in the main. Oh, here come the mutas, though.
Oh,
those mines. There's actually, like, the mutas can't dive on these mines. Oh, the bio key.
They just love Terran and their friendly fire.
This one Ling over here at the 4th base being real annoying. It's like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna. Oh, I died.
Here we go, more Mulists are being made, so we got to keep an eye on that Mulist count, see how many Demi ends up making. And Hive already on the way as well, as he did finish up Infestation Pit. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna see Ultras this game, but you know, at least Vipers to help deal with this. Yeah, we'll see what Demi ends up going for.
There's a nice number of missile turrets. Losing some depots, but always rebuild those. That is a lot of Lings, though. That is a lot of Lings.
That's an insane amount of Lings. Jesus Christ. I was about to say, where are the Banelings? It was just pure Ling.
I mean, there's a bunch more Banelings behind it, too. It's
true.
Just, like, there's enough Lings here alone to just power through what bio was over here. There's a little bit more, but, like, I don't know. I feel like RunaMoK's army supply is much lower this game.
Yeah, and we'll see what the Baneling connections look like. Sorry, the Widowmine connections look like, as they do borrow. Oh, God.
He's getting some. Oh, my God. That one Widowmine just killed, like, 40 supply of Zerg.
And he just loses his door as well, but it looks like there are enough Marines to push this away, but he lost the base.
Yeah. Although his base over here with is fully established. That barracks is gonna burn down though about real soon.
Yeah, and surprisingly, he didn't really lose any SCVs. I don't know if he pulled them prematurely. Like, even though he lost the base, he's only lost 4 SCVs this game, which is quite good.
Yeah, like he's long distance mining the same place too. He's trying to attack this 5th base, 4th base. But there's just so many Lings again. Like, Demi's bank, mineral-wise, is kind of crazy, despite having lost that many units.
It did end up burning down, and
Demi's kind of ignoring this and just going straight into this base here. Like, he's giving up his 5th base, and it's just like, oh yeah, you have an army? I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna get on top of this production. do a little bit of damage to your reinforcements.
Yeah, a couple of reinforcements are going down. The infrastructure is exposed. Like, he could even go for that other southern base as well. And RunaMoK is forced back.
Break into the natural. Just it's gonna get another barracks. This barracks here is burning down too. This has really hurt RunaMoK's production, and he's hard supply blocked on 133.
Yeah, and again, even though he hasn't lost too many SCVs this game, like, he hasn't made too many either, which is really what's hurting him. Like, he's down to less than 60 SCVs, he's supply blocked, and there we have it. Ultralisk Cavern's done. We have 5 Ultralisks on the way, and Demi, at the moment, he's kind of
done too.
Yeah.
This is a pretty small bioforce.
This is kind of all he has left, really.
Oh, the whole thing gets surrounded by lings. Picked up about half of it. To Manor Mule into the GG.
GG. Demi takes it with the 2-0. And he's going to advance to face Miyamika.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah, you can see, just looking at the graph there, that RunaMoK just never had any army.
Yeah. I mean, part of that, I mean, again, like, look at the workers created, right? Like, it just, it wasn't really there. Like, as opposed to the previous game where he was, like, harassing, he had drops out of the map, and behind that, he was expanding, right?
I mean, 65 SCVs for Biomine is not that bad. It's just, like, I don't know if he was just always losing it, or what. Because, like, there's a couple spikes up, but it's just his army just never came together like it did in the first game.
Yeah.